Story 1. The handprint on the inside. There was this old abandoned hospital on the edge of town that people always dared each other to explore. One weekend, I finally gave in and went with a couple of friends. We got there just before sunset, and by the time we went in, it was already getting dark. Inside, it smelled like mold and dust. Everything was broken, doors off the hinges, windows cracked, equipment rusted. We stayed close together at first, just looking around, but eventually we started splitting up. I found this hallway with small rooms that probably used to be for patients. I looked through the glass window of one of the doors, just being curious. That's when I saw a handprint. Not on the outside, on the inside of the window. It was fresh, clear, like someone had just pressed their hand against it. I stepped back, heart pounding. I waited, staring at the room, thinking maybe someone was inside. But it was empty, completely empty. I backed away slowly and called out to my friends. I didn't even care if they made fun of me. I wasn't about to stick around and see who left that handprint. We left shortly after. I never went back. But I still wonder, who else was in that building? Story 2. Voices in the factory. When I was younger, there was this abandoned factory near my cousin's place. We always talked about exploring it, but never actually did. One day, I got bored and went there alone with a flashlight. The place was huge and silent. All the windows were broken and the walls were covered in graffiti. I was careful where I stepped since there was glass and metal everywhere. After a while, I started hearing voices. At first, I thought it was just people outside, but it didn't sound right. The voices were echoing weirdly, low, almost like whispers, but I couldn't tell what they were saying. I turned off my flashlight for a second to listen better. That's when I heard one of the voices call my name. I froze. I never told anyone I was going there. I didn't even have my phone with me. I didn't wait to figure it out. I turned around and walked fast toward the exit. As I got closer to the door, I swear I heard footsteps behind me. Fast ones, like someone was following. I never went back to that factory again. It's still standing, but it should have been torn down a long time ago. Story 3. The hall that shouldn't be there. A few of us found this rundown school building behind a construction site. It looked totally forgotten. Plants growing through the windows, paint peeling, doors missing. We went in just to take pictures and mess around. Most of it was empty classrooms, but then I found this narrow hallway that none of the others saw. It didn't match the layout. It felt like it didn't belong there. The hall was dim, even with my flashlight. As I walked down, it got colder. I saw doors on each side, all closed, no signs, no numbers. I tried one, but it was stuck. At the very end, there was a door that was slightly open. I felt something weird about it, like I shouldn't go any further. But I did. When I pushed it, the door opened to pitch black. Nothing inside. My flashlight flickered and then shut off completely. I turned around and ran back the way I came. When I found the others, I asked them to come see it. But when we looked for the hallway again, it wasn't there. No sign of it. Just a solid wall. I never figured out what that hallway was or where it went. But I know I saw it. And I'm glad I didn't go inside that last door. Story 4. The thing in the basement. There's this abandoned apartment complex not far from where I live. The whole place was sealed up, but someone had broken one of the side doors open, so me and a friend decided to check it out. We went floor by floor, just exploring. Most of the rooms looked the same, trashed, empty, forgotten. But then we found a stairwell leading down to the basement. It was colder down there. The air felt heavier. I didn't like it, but we kept going. The basement had a bunch of locked storage rooms, but one was wide open. Inside, there was a pile of old furniture and a broken mirror leaning against the wall. My friend stepped in, but I stayed by the door. That's when I saw it, a shadow behind him. But his shadow. It was tall, stretched weirdly across the back wall. It didn't match his movements. I told him we should go, and as soon as we turned to leave, the door slammed shut. From the inside. We pushed and pushed until it opened again. Nothing was there. Just that same cold air. We never spoke about it again, but I still have dreams of that shadow, and every time I wake up, I feel like something followed us home.